Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X.
Episode 67. The Ural-Altaic and Caucasian Races. 1. What are Ural-Altaic? Since I was young, I have heard that the cultural sphere Aryan X belongs to is the Ural-Altaic language family. At that time, there was no teacher to explain history accurately, so I just let time pass until now without knowing what it meant. Those were days when I could not even imagine that I would resolve this proposition of Ural-Altaic with my own hands. If you just organize the terms Scythian Aryan and Ural-Altaic appearing in history accurately, you can simply understand 50% of the historical content. Scythian Aryan and Ural-Altaic are both the same region and the same place in Turkmenistan, Central Asia. For reference, there is not a single country on this current Earth that is not of this Ural-Altaic family. In other words, all countries are precisely Ural-Altaic. The commonality of the national names of Central Asian countries, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, is that they use the same suffix stan, and the country that currently uses this place name stan naturally in daily life is Korea in Far East Asia. The fact that current Central Asian countries use the same suffix stan in their national names makes it extremely natural to think that they use the same suffix stan because one single force created and called the national names of these Central Asian countries. Regarding the Central Asian place name, Central. In Central, Sen refers to the San of the Sanin or the mysterious Sen, and the T of Tral means land. Central means the land of sacred and mysterious people. Among place names worldwide, for example, the T in German place names like Stuttgart and Frankfurt all end with T. The meaning of this T is precisely land. The country that currently uses this T as land is also Korea, existing in Far East Asia. And even now, countless countries use this T, meaning land, in their national and place names. Isn't it truly funny? There are many countries everywhere using this T with the same meaning of land in their national and place names. Yet the individual languages of these countries that use T as land use different words that do not communicate meaning with each other. In other words, the subject who created the national and place names of these countries was clearly one force using T as land, not the people living there who use T in their current national and place names. Because the subject who named the national and place names of the world is clearly one force, we can infer that the current world commonly uses the same prefixes and suffixes in national and place names. Regarding the Central Asian place name, Central. In Central, Sen refers to the San of the Sanin or the mysterious Sen, and the T was said to mean land. I strongly feel that the central force or existence of the Earth was here in Central Asia. Then what on earth does Ral in these Central Asian place names Central mean? Ural of Ural-Altaic is also called Aral. If we consider the A of Aral as an interjection attached to the head of the word, we usually pronounce Ural and Aral as Ral or Al. If we call the Ural of Ural-Altaic Ral or Al, then Altai means the land of Ral or Al. The T of Altai, Tai, is also used here meaning land. There are also many countries currently existing that use the place names of Al and Ral of this Ural and Altai in their national and place names. For example, the Al of Albania in Eastern Europe, the Al of Almeria and Alfonso in Spain. The R of Armenia is precisely Al. However, there's a place name called Alaska in the USA. The suffixes at the ends of the place names of Africa, America, and Alaska all have the same ending ka. Is this just a coincidence that happened by chance, or is it the name of a place given by a certain homogeneous force? I said that the ka attached to the end of place names has the bright meaning of Scythian. Cathedral of Spain. In the Spanish language, a church is called a cathedral. Now, if you analyze this word, you can witness a very surprising fact. Cathedral of cathedral means ka teo, or ka land. We can see that T, they, was used here too, meaning land. Then what does ka mean? Do you realize that cathedral of the Spanish word cathedral is the Scythian kitten or ka teo that appears in history? The name of the state to which the famous Spanish city Barcelona belongs is Catalonia. At this time, the Catedral of Catalonia is Carter, or ka teo, which is exactly the cathedral of the church name and precisely that ka teo of Scythian. I said the whole world is precisely Scythian and Titan. Now we are looking for who and where the center of that Scythian was. Then what does rao of cathedral, the Spanish word for church, mean? D and T attached to the end or beginning of English words all mean land. For example, the D attached to land in New Zealand, etc., all mean land. Then what does rao of Rao mean? It is precisely that rao of Central in Central Asia. The meaning of cathedral, the Spanish word for church, is ka land, Rao land. Then we must find the meanings of ka and Rao. National names and place names related to this ka appear very frequently, such as Canada, Costa Rica, Casablanca, and Cartagena. The word related to the place name Rao is precisely the egg of Al, the beginning of life, and has the same meaning as the birth of life. In Korean, an egg is called Al. The meaning of Central in Central Asia, it means this place was the beginning of human history and the place of birth. I said that cathedral of Spain, the Spanish word for church, is Scythian, which is ka teo. Then what existence in history appears in Rao of Dral? It is precisely that Aryan which you generally know. Aryan referred to the people of that Al or Rao. If you divide the pronunciation of Al into 2 syllables, it can also be pronounced as Ari. The land of the origin of life in Central Asia is called Al or Rao. The river flowing there is called Arisu. The people there are called Aryan, and the song sung by the people there is called Arirang. Who are they?
The Caucasian race. The current white races of Europe are called the Caucasian race. Do you know the reason why white people are called the Caucasian race? I quote Wikipedia. Caucasian race, Caucasoids, or white race, Baking-Zhang, is one of the old racial concept classifications of humanity based on biological race theories that are now unproven. It is a concept encompassing various peoples of Europe, so-called white people, as well as various peoples of West Asia, South Asia, and North Africa, who share physical similarities with them. After historians at the University of Göttingen in Germany first used it in the late 18th century, it established itself as a major racial classification along with Mongoloid and Negroid. Although it is an expression still widely used for racial classification in the United States and elsewhere, questions are being raised about its scientific meaning today. I said that when humanity moved due to the event of Omi 5 Tastes misfortune in Turkmenistan, Central Asia, the place where these white people settled was precisely the Georgia region of the Caucasus. Aryan X is revealing all the truths that Wikipedia and all existing historians have failed to reveal. Photo of the Georgian flag. This Caucasus region is the Greece in history, and as the origin of European history and civilization, its protagonists were Georgia. Please check again why there are 5 cross marks on the flag of Georgia. 3. Olympus of Greece. The hometown of the gods, where the cradle of European history and culture in the era of Jejinilchi, unity of religion and politics, was located, is called Olympus. First, I quote the encyclopedia. Mount Olympus, Olympos or Olympus, is a name derived from Greco-Roman mythology and is used as the name of mountains in Greece and various regions of the world. Several place names called Olympus are seen around the Mediterranean cultural sphere centered on Greece. Excluding the most famous Mount Olympus in Thessaly, there are 3 more in Greece, 3 in Turkey, and 1 in Cyprus. This is presumed to be related to the polytheistic and pantheistic characteristics of Greek mythology and the foreign nature of the Greeks. The bright teachings of Buddhism are not called polytheism. I said that the names KR and GR in national names are the same designation as the Kori of Korea, the center of Scythian Aryans. The Gru of Georgia and the Grey of Greece have the same meaning and word as the Kori of Korea. While designating the European race as Caucasian, in the process of fabricating and transplanting Greece, the origin of European history, to the current Greece on the Balkan Peninsula, a mountain named Olympus appeared in Macedonia. The original stage of Greece in history was Georgia, with the Caucasus or Kavkaz Mountains as the background. Olympus in history should be on the Anatolian Peninsula. Georgia is called Sakkart-Velo. I said Sakkart is the Saka of Sakyamuni who gave birth to Buddhism, and at the same time the Scythian of Scythian Aryan. In my personal opinion, the entire Kavkaz Mountains should be the actual Mount Olympus. In the next episode, I will reveal the secrets of the 5 directions, which are the core of Eastern thought, and the 5 emperors who ruled those 5 directions. Please refer to the attached blog for details regarding the YouTube video release schedule and titles, as well as the title and table of contents of the prepared book. https://blog.neighbor.com/GoKimGarcia.